Why isn't my music working? All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Drop your questions in the Q&A. As always, one thing I do want to point out is, man, ADIL yesterday, okay? You guys know number one afternoon pattern that we look at, and I talk about this VWAP hold high at daybreak, this ABCD pattern. It's basically, remember what I call the VWAP hold high at daybreak is basically an ABCD pattern plus VWAP. It's the same idea. Again, I talk about, evidently it's been called the gun pattern a lot as well. Matt Monaco filled me in on that. I'd never heard that. But basically, there's a bunch of different names for this same pattern, and I think, you know, I know we talk about morning dip and rips a lot, and, you know, but this is my favorite pattern for new or part-time traders, because the beauty of it is you get that afternoon confirmation. And so let me run you through this, and then I'll get to Q&A. I know you guys prefer the Q&A in the morning, but, you know, what do you got here? Low float stock, big volume, spikes early, okay, so this denotes the early morning spike. Then the yellow scribble, okay, is that VWAP hugging action. Then what you're looking for is, look at that volume spike, that high at daybreak on big volume into the 2 p.m. window, and then you're risking a fail, okay, that's what the red line denotes. So again, none of these patterns are 100%. There is no, and this is something that sometimes you'll hear me rant a little bit. You know, people will be like, what do you mean? You know, this was a dip and rip. This was an ADIL and it didn't work. I'm like, listen, you know, I got my top 5 favorite patterns, but they don't all freaking work. Okay. You still got to have a stop. Okay. But my point is, you've got a logical stop, because basically you're stopping out on that VWAP fail. If it spikes at the high of the day, fails to break out, if it's that quote-unquote stuff move, they call it, and it breaks back to VWAP, you stop out and you move on. But the beauty of stuff like ADIL is, I mean, you're risking, you know, 20, 30 cents for a potential of $1.50 of upside. Now, I'm not saying you're going to sell at 4, okay? But could you have sold at, you know, 325, you know, 350? So to me, again, this is just, and I did a video the other day on the YouTube, I think on the Instagram, going over this pattern, all right? So this is what I want you to do today. I'll get to questions, but look for another ADIL. Wait for afternoon confirmation. So, all right, let's get to work here. ITRM. I already got notes on ITRM, I believe. Yep. So, ITRM plan the same as earlier. So my notes from 8:13 a.m. are ITRM is a lowish float, former runner, history of one and dones. Considering the chart history, I would say only post 945 dip and rip style. Okay. And again, if you guys are wondering, you know, I got notes from 8:13 a.m. If you check out the Steady Trade team, I'm in chat every day, most days at 6 a.m. So, I mean, if you're looking, I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know anyone else out there that, you know, does what I do. I mean, and maybe that sounds cocky. I'm sorry if it does. But every day I'm working with the Steady Trade team, 6 a.m., some days earlier, okay? And doing 2-3 webinars a day. I answer every single question with a good attitude. You know, I don't. If you ask some question that's been asked 100 times, I still answer it. You know. So anyway, I don't know anybody that does what I do. So find me somebody that's as crazy as I am. ULNA, ALNA. So it's nice that this debt news is nice for a cash-strapped company, but it's higher float, 30 million float, and it's not the hot sector. So in my opinion, ULNA is an afternoon only. I just if it was coronavirus, if it was electric vehicle, it'd be different. But ULNA, not my favorite. Afternoon only, in my opinion. What do you think about APM? One and done yesterday. All day fade. So APM's dead meat, in my opinion. So wasn't APM? I think APM was APM yesterday's chat pump. Refresh my memory. I believe, if I remember right, APM was yesterday's chat pump. So then they did an offering. So this is dead. Dead. APM is dead. I believe it was yesterday's chat pump, and then they did an offering. If you're bag holding, please move on. So, Tim, thank you for the knowledge. Appreciate your time. I love doing it, guys. I love being here. Yeah, SPAC. I mean, all the EVs are moving today. And SPAC is I love SPAC because it's an EV SPAC. Keep in mind, SPAQ and SPAC. Different terms. But, too much overhead resistance on SPAC, though. Palantir, yes. Keep an eye on. A lot of you guys know. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. I'm a huge fanboy of Peter Thiel. Look into Peter Thiel. There's your homework for the day. 0 to 1 is a great book. Highly recommend 0 to 1. What I love about 0 to 1, and not to get too off topic again, but I talk about this a lot. I read a lot. You guys know I read a lot. I bring up books all the time. What I love about 0 to 1 is it's like 200 pages. I can always tell, especially with business books, when they're trying to get to that 300-page mark. And you can tell they're just dragging stuff on, dragging on. This thing is 200 pages. It's a fast read. Highly recommend, especially if you're an entrepreneurial mind. Definitely check out Peter Thiel. He's a bad mofo. Peter Thiel. Since we all know Elon Musk is on these, I'm hoping Peter Thiel is out there. Peter, shoot me a DM. I'd love to meet up sometime. WKHS is a week open ready green every day. Yeah, especially if EVs stay strong. Plug, week open ready green. What about NNDM? Battery play. The only thing I didn't see, and I was looking, is there any news on NNDM, or is someone just stuck short? So speaking of DMs, Peter Thiel, if you're out there, and everyone else, was there news on NNDM last night, or is this just idiots that are short a battery play? So that I'm kind of struggling to make a plan news or just another moron short squeeze? If you got a link for that's what I'm lacking on NNDM. I don't see any substantial news. So help me out if you got a link. I'm guessing it's probably just idiots that are stuck short a battery play. They got squeezed out. They blew up. And then, same old thing. Hey, Mom, can I move back in the basement? I thought it would be cool to short momentum stocks because everybody on Twitter is so cool. The cool bros all short stocks, even though everyone will tell you, every long-term investor like Paul Tudor Jones or Stevie Cohen, all these billionaire guys will tell you, you can't ever find an edge, especially right now, shorting individual stocks. But it's cool, bro. So, Mom, can I get $5,000 for my account? And can I move back in the basement? I blew up on NNDM. That being said, I would look for a weak open and a push back over 275. Risk on 250. Kind of off topic, but what kind of computer do you use? This thing, I really like this. I know you guys like you see me doing the drawings and stuff. It's a Microsoft Surface Studio. It's pricey, okay? But this thing is awesome. Love this thing. Just because it's a Surface tablet, but it's got crazy horsepower. And then I also use a MacBook Pro. But man, this thing it's badass. It's pricey, but it's cool. So. Nicola's dead. Give up on Nicola. Wonder what Tim thinks about The Man Who Solved the Market. Man Who Solved the Market. I'm always looking for a new book. I don't know if I've ever heard of this. Oh, it's new. Oh, Jim Simons. I mean, listen, Jim Simons, speaking of bad mofos, Jim is up there. Thank you, I Am Bun. I just bought it. So, I had not heard of this, but again, Jim Simons is a bad mofo. All right, one more, and then I got to run. What do you think about CTIC? Let's take a look. Higher flow, long-term downtrending chart. Not in love with CT. I think there's better than CTIC in my opinion. So now, as always, if it can break the high of the day, it probably runs, but not my. I think there's better out there than CTIC. So, all right, guys. Sorry. I know I got a little off topic today, but hey, it happens. Instagram at 12 p.m. As always, I'll be back at noon over on my personal Instagram at tbowen. Again, we got to quite a few tickers, but I did get a little off topic this morning. It happens, my friends. It happens. So, have a great day. A lot going on out there. I will end as I began. My plan again for the day, ADIL. This is what would make a perfect day for me is to have a big gainer, low floater, do exactly what ADIL did into the 2 p.m. window, and I don't have to try and play guessing games on a morning when there's EVs running. There's virus play. I mean, there's just so much going on this morning. The IPOB, another SPAC I've been watching. So there's my plan. I'm looking for the next ADIL. So, all right. Have a great day, everyone. Again, I will check out the Steady Trade team. Back at noon. Back tomorrow at 8:30 over here. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.